it's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I'm back for another Coffee and Cards Live. It's Tuesday. It's time for Coffee and Cards. Good afternoon. Do excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. I'm just going to check on my laptop to make sure that I am live in the right place. Oh, it is lovely that it's Tuesday and I get to spend time with you doing some coffee and cards. How exciting. Excuse me. Definitely croaky all day today. This is not so good. I hope you have your coffee. I have my coffee for Coffee and Cards. Oh, hello, Anthony. Howdy to you too. Thank you for joining me live. How are you? Hope you're well. My lovely husband just brought me a cup of coffee. Bless him. I'm just going to move my... It's very shadowy in here today. I'm not quite sure why. Nothing's changed. I am using something for Coffee and Cards today from the Celebration brochure. Hi Shaz, thank you for joining me, my lovely. I'm quite excited because I am using the Dandy Designs Designer Series papers as the focus for this week's Coffee and Cards. I'm going to find it in the catalogue. So all these beautiful goodies in the Celebration brochure you can earn free with a purchase in my online shop. But I'll just flick through, we'll find it. Here we go, Dandy Designs 12 by 12 designer series papers. These are a level 2 option. I call it kind of a level 2. It's, you get a lot more for your money here. So these are free with a £90 purchase in my online shop. But you get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided designer series papers. And the colours are beautiful. I absolutely love them. I am using them a lot. In fact, I'm using them for a class I've got this week as well. They're so versatile and I love their fresh colours. They're gorgeous. So I will grab those out. Hello, Karen. Thank you for joining me live from Scotland. Oh, no. Anthony, you're doing okay, even though your UPS delivery delays your Stampin' Up delivery. Are you waiting for your new toys to play with? I'm so sorry. Let's hope they come very soon. Excuse me. You don't want to be waiting too long for those, do you? I'm just moving everything around on my desk so I can reach my papers because I've got a lot of things out. Because I have just been doing a class that I did on Sunday using the By the Bay suite. I did an in-person class and it was lovely, and I've just prepped all that kit to go out as kits in the post. And I'm doing a class tomorrow using, what am I using tomorrow? I am using the little elephant parade and the Dandy Designs, and of course I've got a scrapbook page somewhere on the go, and I have this live as well. So I have loads of things on my desk. Yes, you're going to have more fun planning and designing until tomorrow. Yes. To be honest, the planning and designing part is just as fun, isn't it? Because you get to work out what you're going to do, and then you don't have to like spend so long. When it comes, you can get right down to crafting. Right, you can see my partially cut sheets. Let me pull it out, because I've taken a few and played with them. They are so pretty. Let me move my partially cut sheets out of the way. So, Dandy Designs, DSP, patterned papers, that's what we call it. In Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody and Petal Pink. All my favourite colours in one packet. Wow. They are beautiful. So you can see these are all the like the yellows and the pinks and the oranges, if you like, and the freesia on the top. These are perfect for making cards, for making 3D items, ideal for scrapbook pages. And then we get onto the blues, all the different blues and all the different patterns. We've got spots. We've got stripes, we've got chevrons, we've got stars, we've got hexagons. The little red stars, they're great, aren't they? Look at those. Fantastic. And then we're going to turn them over. It's just like, it's just a veritable rainbow, if you like. Right, so all the hexagons, and you get 4 sheets of each, so you get plenty. So if you can't decide which design you like the most, you can still cut into it because you've got 4 sheets. Okay, so you've got so many. So many. And then, wait for it. I'm going to turn them over. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green. Look at these spots. So absolutely lovely papers. I'm in love with these, and I should be having more than one packet, even though there's 48 sheets in. I'm using them for lives and classes, and then I want some for scrapbooking and all sorts. Look at them. Look at the like plaids. The colours are so fresh and spring-like, and excuse me, look at those flowers. We definitely need some spring, don't we? I don't know about you guys, it's freezing here. It was -5 when I went out. No, I lie. It was -6.5 on the school run here in Buckinghamshire this morning. I'm done with it now. Excuse me, winter, can you go away? I am ready to move on. Look at those flowers. Yeah, absolutely beautiful papers. So I thought we would, because the other thing is, some people have a bit of an issue with cutting into their DSP once they've got it. Can you relate? Can you relate to that? So I'm going to help you if that's the case. You froze feeding the sheep this morning. Shaz, oh my gosh, your poor sheep as well. Goodness, I'm not surprised you froze. It's madness. We're not used to it, are we? Not used to it. So I picked out some of the colours in the DSP for my card. Goodness, it must have been freezing out feeding sheep in this weather. Literally. I've got some Bermuda Bay. Now I've got Coastal Cabana in there, and I wanted to deepen that when I brought some Bermuda Bay in. You're constantly surrounded by hot water bottles. Well, that makes sense. Well, the heating costs so much at the moment, and we're getting the coldest winter. I'm not surprised. So then I brought my Coastal Cabana. So you keep warm, Anthony. I got my Coastal Cabana that goes on top of the Bermuda Bay. Hi, Linda. Hello, my lovely. This is the Celebration DSP. It's called Dandy Designs, and you get 48 sheets. And it's the free in Celebration, and I love it. Life as a farmer. You must be a hardy woman. Lovely to have you, Linda. I'm glad you joined me. So I've got my base, and I've got my layer, my usual measurements. And then I've got my design series paper layer to go on top. And I'll show you what I do when I cut my DSP up to make cards. This is what I do just for cards, not for other things. So I'll take my 12 by 12 sheet, and usually my layer can be about 10 centimeters. Okay, so if I put it on top and it's another layer on top of there, it'll be 9.5. But either way, I will cut a 10 centimeter strip off. And I know that if I then cut another 10 centimeter strip off, I've got another strip that's just slightly larger, so we lose a tiny edge. And then we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 card fronts from one piece of DSP. And I also find that if I start cutting it up, once I've cut it, it's so much easier to cut into. Okay, so I cut my 10 centimeter strip off, which I did for this one. I'll show you the piece that I cut ready. It's this one. So I cut it, excuse me, and then I trimmed it to 9.5 centimetres fit over onto my second layer, and it is 13.8 in length. So I've got one piece. Now I've chopped it, you might notice I've chopped it up. Don't think that's the right way, but you know, you get the drift. I chopped, it did work. I'm not matching this, so it doesn't matter. I'm just intrigued now with what I did. It wasn't that way. There we are. It was like that. Anyway, something like that. So I have my sheet of paper. Now, it's going to go on here, but I want two sections. I want a section at the top, and I want a section at the bottom. And I want them kind of joined, but I want to show both sides of the DSP. And I want the lighter blue at the top. So this is what I've done. So I've taken my one panel, and what I've done then is I've cut this top piece off 5 centimetres, just to give roughly a third, just over a third is in the light blue. Now, I want to keep that together without a gap, so I think I'm going to stick a little bit of tape on the back. I might just use double-sided tape. So I'll grab the tearing tape and we'll stick it back together. Some people would say that us paper crafters are a bit mad, because all we do is get bits of paper, cut them up and stick them back together again. And I'm not arguing that about that, but you know, it could be worse. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to put my tape on there just so that I'm re-sticking my DSP back together and it's all lined up roughly. There we are. So that when I put it on, it's easier as a layer just to glue down like that. And right, I'm not going to glue it down yet because I'm thinking about ribbon. So I'm going to leave that to the side. And this is where the fun bit comes. I thought I would bring in the fun, cute owls. We're going to have a bit of fun with these owls. We're actually going to have a bit of fun. And I found, I'm using these wobbles. Somebody recommended this link to me, and I think they're just on Amazon or something. Action wobbles, and we're getting a wobbly owl card just for the fun of it. Why not? So let's have a look. I need to grab a bit of white because I don't think I've got any out. Let's use this piece we've got here. Oh, I got a bit now. Piece of basic white. How are Alfie and Winnie? Well, Alfie's in here with me, and he is watching through the window and keeping an eye on the world to make sure everyone's behaving at the front of our house. Winnie is upstairs, I believe, asleep. I think she probably is upstairs asleep because that's what she tends to do in the daytime because she's a bit of a rogue. She's a rogue and she goes out at night fighting. Because we hear her. And she brought a bird in the other day. She's a proper cat, if that makes sense to you. Butter would not melt. She is the cutest, fluffiest, most beautiful cat, but she really is a proper cat. This poor bird, it was far too late for the bird. He was long gone. So she brought him in and I had to grab the cat and then I had to just pop her outside because the feathers were everywhere and it was all going chaotic and I don't know. It was just, yeah, not brilliant. But she is adorable. And this morning she was having a funny 5 minutes because she's still very much a kitten. And yeah, she was running around the house, swinging off the backs of the kitchen chairs, chasing her own tail. She's hilarious. Don't you? No, we won't let her see this stamp set, not with birds in it. Oh, the other thing, she likes to eat cardstock. I don't know if that's normal, but if I leave a card on my craft table, she'll jump up on there. And when I come back in next, there's like a chewed edge all the way around it. She doesn't actually eat it, but she likes to chew it. I don't know. I've never heard a cat chewing up cardstock, but she loves it. So I've got to be careful. So I've stamped my owl on a piece of basic white and I'm going to colour him in using the blends very quickly. Now I've got a selection here, but I think I'm just going to go for crumb cake for his body. So we've got dark and light crumb cake. Let's move them away because I might use the wrong colour. Because when I talk, I sometimes forget what I'm doing. So I'm going to sat down now. I'm going to go in with the dark crumb cake for the top of him. So yeah, she's a bit of a daft cat, but we do love her. We've had to move the bird table so that she can't hide in the bushes and pounce. So I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to stop feeding the birds. But actually, I think we've moved it now, so there's not really any way that she can be, you know, unsuspecting to these poor birds. Right, okay, so we've done the top of the owl. Okay, and I think I'm going to do his, am I going to do his tummy in that colour as well? Let's do his tummy in that colour. It's the dark crumb cake. So when you buy your blend pens, this one's starting to run out. I've got some more. When you buy your alcohol blend pen markers, they come in dark and light, which means that as a pair, which means that you can do all your shading. It's very useful. There we go. Yeah, that was running out. Interesting. I must use that one a lot. And then we're going to go in for the light colour. So how are you, Linda? Are you well? Just going to go around the rest of him. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, my craft desk is covered in projects for different classes. I'm using the Elephant Parade this week. Excuse me, at my monthly evening class. It's going to be a bit of fun. That's on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. And on Sunday we had a whole day, a whole customer day, which was great. I love it. There we go. And we used the By the Bay suite and made lots of beautiful cards. And I'm doing that as an online class. If anybody's interested, you can find it on my website. The link is in the description bar below. And if you're in the UK, I can send you the class in a box with the written tutorial with pictures and a private YouTube video. So you can take part in it if you would like. It's still available. Okay, so I'm doing his beak in Daffodil Delight. I'll do his little feet in Pale Petal Pink, all the peas. And then he's going to have blue eyes. I've said this before. Oh, have you been loving my By the Bay pics on Instagram? Thank you, Anthony. It's just a little sneak peeky of what we did or what's in the class. I have no idea if owls can have blue eyes, but they seem to work. So I've coloured him in, so you get the general idea. And I've got this piece. So I need 3 owls. So I didn't think you wanted to see me colouring them in all day long and cutting them out. So I've done 2 already. Just got to find my scissors. Here we go. So this one I did soft suede and light crumb cake. And this one I've done dark and light crumb cake, the same as this one. So I've done one that's slightly different. And he's the one that's going to stand out. Why not? So I am going to cut him out very quickly, hopefully. Here we go. So what temperature is it like with you guys wherever you are? Do tell. I'd like to know what the weather's doing across the world, all across the country. And when is it going to get warmer? We need some warm weather. Although the light in the evenings is so much better now. It's not getting dark until about nearly 5 o'clock, which is amazing. Right. So this owl stamp set is super cute, and this is free during January and February with a celebration promotion with a £45 purchase in my online shop, and it's super cute. And if you go on probably on anywhere like Pinterest or anywhere and just put in adorable owls by Stampin Up, you are going to get a lot of creativity, a lot of inspiration there, because it's been hugely popular. Okay. Right, here we go. Sorry, I'm quiet because I'm concentrating. I'm just leaving a little white line around the owl. Just makes it a little bit easier to cut out. There. There's our owl, all three of them. So let's put our owls together on the card. Haven't made the card yet, but I kind of know where I'm at with it. So I think we're going to have them flying. I wonder if I should have him, the wobbly one, in the front like that, or in the middle. I think I'll pop him in the middle so he's sticking up. Yeah, let's do that. So they're flying away. They're flying away. Right, I'm going to glue them down. So where is my Tombow? Here it is. These owls. It was 4 degrees in Essex. Oh, plus 4 degrees. Cold with you, Anthony, but not frosty. 4 degrees in Essex. The frost is all gone, thank goodness. My goodness. Well, you're very lucky, guys. It was -6.5 here, and it was a thick frost everywhere today in Buckinghamshire. Mind you, I think there's a real, I saw somewhere on social media, there's a real difference across the country, whoops, at the moment with the temperatures. Yeah. So one owl. There we go. You can go there. You can come here, and you can go up a little bit. I'm very lucky though, because I go off and do the school run, but you know, I don't have any little children anymore. So my child who goes to school is 15. So I don't have to do all that walking a child to up the road to school anymore. You know, he just gets out of the car and walks. So I can stay in the warm car. How lucky am I? Mind you, I have done my duty because I have 3 children. They've all gone through school, and so I did it for many, many, many years. So I think I've done my bit of walking up to school in the freezing cold. Okay, so these are the wobbly bits, okay? And it's like a little plastic spring or papery string, if you like. Now, when I did it before, I think I did it and I stuck it like this. So this bit was going on to the owl. I don't know if it really makes any difference which way, but that's what I'm going to do again this time. I've also had them a very long time. Brand new, but still. Okay, so the sticky on them, you've got to stick them right the first time, because if you pull them off, they're not going to stick again very well. Okay, so stick that down, and then we're going to take the sticky off the back, and you can see it makes him kind of, if you can see that, springy. Come on, there we are. So I'm going to stick him here. He is going to, I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure he's in the middle. And then stick him down. There you have your wobbly owl. That's so cute, isn't he? Oh, little things please little minds, don't they? I'm definitely that ilk. Right, okay, so I've been playing with a scrappy piece of crumb cake cardstock. And I'm going to use the same piece, and I'm going to use this. Well, no, I used Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute when I was trying it out. I didn't actually create the card, but that's what I used. I'm going to do It's Your Day, because then I can use it as a birthday card. I think that would be good. Right, and I'm going to come in on the crumb cake, because we've got crumb cake in his colours on him. I'm going to stamp it in basic black, because that kind of works well. And I'm going to stamp it. You like the wobblers? I love the wobblers. I have never used them before. It's Your Day. And this is a banner shape from the Stylish Shapes dies, which you will know my bread and butter dies, because they seem to have everything in there that I need at the minute with the stitched shapes. I can't say my words today. So you've got all the circles, you've got all the squares, and you've got banners. So I'm going to use one of those. I highly recommend popping those in your stash if you don't have them. I'm going to make a little pennant so it comes off the side, if you know what I mean. And it's going to be stitched. I might bring it over slightly. And I've got my washi tape to keep it in place so I can line it up. And then I'm going to pop it through my die cutting machine, which I've got behind me. Excuse me, Alfie. Good boy. That's it. Mind yourself. I've got my die cutting machine on one of those little like rascal trolleys. But the dog was trying to look through the window. Right, here we go. So there we go. So as you can see, because I've cut it off, it ended up like a little pennant. And I'm going to pop it up here. And I'm going to pop it on a couple of foam pads, I think. Oh, I'm getting to the end of that sheet, look. It's a scrap piece I'd stamped on the back. So here we go. So these papers, I think, are super versatile for all sorts of cards. I know I'm making kind of fun, quirky cards, but I think they'll be great for anything. I really do. So I'm lining the side up, make sure I've got it straight. And luckily, it's got a grid on here, which helps me. That's just a bit of luck. And then we're going to pop it on here. So once it's on, you can see how it makes this Coastal Cabana colour pop. So let's grab out the Tombow. I'm not going to take the back off my double-sided tape. You could definitely do that and it would help the sticking. That's got bunged up, that one. But I like to have the freedom of the Tombow to move the panel around until it's glued properly. Goodness, I was using my Tombow earlier and it's all bunged up, and I don't know if it's the temperature or just the fact that I've left it for a while, but that's not working. And the other one didn't want to work. Let's try again. I might actually have to get a new one out. It's just bunged up. You know what's going to happen, don't you? It's all going to pour out at the end. Right, new one time, I think. Excuse me, Alfred. Good boy. Oh, I put my glue somewhere too. Here we are. All right, let's stick with what we've got. Apologies. Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go, glue. Because I have a little glue shop, because we're allowed to cash and carry adhesives. So I've been going to classes, and I had a class on Sunday and I have a class this Thursday. And so I left a lot of my supplies packed, ready to go. So my little glue shop, yeah, was in it. So it's quite handy, because if any of my class attendees run out of adhesive and they'd like some more, I can carry it with me. Yay! That is so much better. There we go. Oh, shout out. You said you had to add a drop of water to your glue due to the temperature. Do you know, I've not thought of that. Maybe I'll try it. Good idea. It's funny because I was only using it a sort of half an hour ago. So, very odd. just got bunged up, I think, actually. I need to sort it out. Okay, so we will put some on the back. Pop it in. Hello, Carol. Oh, you're not so late. You're never late, Carol. You can come whenever you like. You're still perfectly on time. Okay, I've already done the inside of my card, guys. I thought I would stamp and colour in the owl beforehand to save you watching me colour in yet again. And then I was thinking what stamp to use, and I chose my friend and I stamped it. I thought, oh, why have I done that? So I did it already. In my head, I was just choosing which one to use. But I used it. So it's ready to go. But I'm sure you know how to stamp my friend. So it's your day, my friend. And then you can write happy birthday. So here's your wobbly card. I really like that. I love it. It's so fun. Just see what we can pop on there. I've got some brass dots. They might be nice. Or I've got some of the gold ones. But I think I might go for these. The brushed metallic adhesive backed. Why do they have such a long title? It's obvious what they are. Brushed metallic adhesive back dots. It does make me laugh. I'm not the only one who thinks it's daft, surely. So I think I'm going to go for the gold because they look fun. Here's how I take your picture. Well, I definitely unpack that one. I don't know where to put it. Just pop them here. 1, 2. There we go. It's your day. I really like it. I really like these wobbly owls. But these owls are so fun and they are free. So if you go shopping in my online shop, don't forget to get your owls. I hope you like my first card. All right, I've got another card for you. Let's pop this one to the side. Now, this one is more in my head than the other one, so we're going to have to go for it and see how it goes. So, there we are. Put the lid on. Now, I thought we'd go for... What did you say, Anthony? You're just happy the stamp die sets have the same name now. You're absolutely right. It's so confusing, isn't it? Used to be very confusing that you would have a die set that was a particular name and then a stamp set that matched it. There was a different name, and now they're the same. They are the same. Hooray for Stampin' Up. Excuse me. I'm getting very dry. So I've gone for a bright blue. I've gone for Pacific Point. And I think I did anyway. Yeah. And I've gone for the same piece of DSP because, you know, I thought let's use up that I have been cutting. And why not? And I have actually was going to do this side. I really, really like that. But I'll tell you what I'm using first. I'm using the Whale Builder Punch. It goes with the Whale Done stamp set, which is fabulous. Love it. Yeah, and it's still in the current catalogue, so I thought we'd have a play with that. I haven't used it in for ages. For ages? Is that even a word? Forever. So now I need to decide, am I doing a portrait or a landscape card? I think I'm going to do landscape. So let's grab my trimmer. So this is how I make a card base. I pop my A4 in with a short side at the top of my trimmer, I measure 10.5 centimeters, score it all the way down. Then I turn it with a long side at the top and I take it to 14.8 and I cut it. That gives us 2 card bases. Now I'm only going to use one. The other one I'm going to use for cutting out my, I'm going to use it as scrap because I don't have any scrap Pacific point. I'm going to cut out my my whale. So I think this is going to go on here, but I'm possibly going to, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use this side, this side. Choices, huh? Choices. Right, I'm going to cut the whale out. Are we ready? It's been ages since I used this punch, so I've got to remind myself how to use it. Ooh. So I've got my whale. He's got some water splashes coming out there. Where's the other bit? Should be another piece. Oh, it's over there. So I think I need a white scrap. Is this big enough? This is a real scrap, isn't it? There's not much left of that. And I want to make, I think it's white. Is it white or black I need? I'm going to go for white and we'll see. All right, let's take all these bits out that we don't need. Oh, yeah, I remember that blue, that little tiny spot is his eye, isn't it? So I can't remember how this works. I've got to remember. Right, I need an eye, which I'll do in black. Just looking it up because it's been ages since I used it. And I made quite a few cards when I first got it. Right, that's it. So, Alfie, what's the matter? Stop it. So, oh, actually, there's lots of different colours I'm looking at here. I'm getting a bit of inspiration. I'm looking on Pinterest and some of my cards are on there. That's bizarre. Okay, so I think this is his fin. So that would have been his fin there. That goes that way. Is that right? No. I hope you're being a good boy. Yeah. Got to be that way, hasn't it? But I have this in my head, what we're going to do. So, does that need to go over there? I suppose it does. But it needs to match. Okay, so that's that. And then I need an eye, which I'll do in black. Yeah, so let's grab a bit of black. Now, have I got any black scraps? Yes. Very handy. And I need an eye. So that's his eye. Don't need the rest of it. So little, these pieces, they're flying away. Right, okay. So let's make the whale. So I'm going to put this piece in first. Didn't punch out that well, to be honest with you. I don't know if that was my scrappy old bit of paper. I think it might have been. I've got a much bigger piece here. Let's do that again. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's better. I think it was my scrappy piece of paper the first time. So make sure I'm doing it the right way up. That's his tummy. Put some glue on it. Ooh, not that much glue on it. Got enough glue for 100 whales now. Pop it in. Can just fit it in. Right, and then we're going to pop our fin on. Make sure it's lined up and it fits. Ooh, stuck to me now. Still not sure I've got this the right way up. Let me have a look. That way. That's better. Get it the right way up. Right, there's his little fin. Not so little, he's a whale. Let's move that bit. We don't need that spare piece. We don't need that piece. What we need is his eye. Now we're going to work out where it's going. How cute he looks, doesn't he? He looks really cute. So I'm going to pop his eye on. I think I've done it right. Are you all laughing at me? That's what I want to know. I've done something bizarre with this whale. It wouldn't surprise me. So it's a very good job that Tombow dries clear, I would say. Okay, so we got that. Now, I did pull out my white ink pad, which I've put down somewhere. But I would need to test it out because I haven't re-inked this in... Well, it's an old style ink pad. Does that tell you anything? Yeah. Let me grab a block. So I don't know when the last time I used it. I don't tend to. I use the re-inker quite a lot for ink techniques, but I haven't used the stamp in forever. So I'm going to pull out the little spotty stamp from the matching stamp set. I am going to grab in. That's a tiny stamp for that big block. There we are, grabbing a little block and this white ink pad, which probably won't work, but we're going to try it, test it out. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's probably about what I want. I don't want it too much. I just want some spots on him. Yeah, it works. There, I think that'll work. I think that's enough. Yes. Okay, good. Good enough. So. Right, okay, so now I've got my whale. I have got my piece of designer series paper that I haven't really cut yet. I have got my whale. But I'm definitely going to use the other side. Now I can see my whale. I'm going to cut it down. So we know that we want it to be 14.3 long. And that's already at 10 centimetres. So that should go on there. Ooh, have I cut that too short? Let's grab my trimmer. My card face might be wrong. Right, that's the right size. That's the right size. Therefore, something must be amiss here. How would that be? How can that be? You saw me cut it, didn't you? Oh, I have no idea. So that's better. Tiny sliver off there. Now, we're going to do a bit more stamping before we stick our whale on and make him wobble as well. So I'm going to grab the fish. There's a fish stamp in here. Well, all these fish are swimming along. Okay. And I've got a scrap piece here so I can try out which colour I'd like to use. And I bought the Balmy Blue, which is the same colour as the DSP. So it may or may not show up, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of interest. I don't really want to see it too bright. So we've got it in Balmy Blue, which I think works. Or we could try it in Pacific Point, which I think will just be too much. Coastal Cabana might work. Yeah, because I'm going to put fish all over it. So I think we're going to stick with the Balmy Blue. So let's just give that one a little wipe now. So it's a good tip. If you have a scrap of your DSP left over and you're stamping onto it, just use that scrap to test it out. So we're going with Balmy Blue. Make sure we've got the right colour. And we know we've got a portrait landscape card. So we're going to do some random stamping. So we've got whole shoals of fish randomly stamped as a background to give it a bit of interest across your card. And they're staggered, so you can kind of fit them in with each other, which is really cool. I've been seeing a car through the window, so he obviously needs to warn us about it. Honestly, silly. So yeah, it's a lot of stamping, but this actually doesn't take very long. It's a bit of fun. It's kind of like tone on tone background stamping. You could have had some of the seaweed in if you wanted in another colour, whatever you like. This DSP lends itself to so many designs, I think. Yeah, this block I'm using is way too big. You may have noticed. Yeah, so we've got a lot of fish. Hooray! Hooray for fish. Hooray for fish. Right, okay, so we've got our fish. That's done. We've got our whale. Let's pop him on. We have got some bits of splash as well. So yeah, we'll put that on there in a minute. We've got to decide our kind of layout for the sentiment. So I like the stamps in this set. It's got "You're kind of a big deal. Hoping all your birthday fishes come true. Whale done, thanks a ton. My love for you is bigger than the ocean." So I like this "You're kind of a big deal" one. Now, I've got to find another piece of crumb cake cardstock because this bit I think I've run out for what I want. Let's see, does that go over there? Don't think it does. There's me saying it fits everything I want. Let's have another look with this one. I really like the stitched shape. You're kind of a big deal. Hoping all your birthday fishes come true. So we might do that one. I probably have another banner die somewhere, but that would take looking, wouldn't it? So I think we'll go for "Hoping all your birthday fishes come true." "Whale done" would have been good. Let's do "Whale done." Because it's, you know, it's a whale. Let's have "Whale done" for the whale. Will this be big enough? This scrappy bit I've got here. I believe it might be big enough. Let's have a look. Yeah. That'll do. Right, so Pacific Point, I think, is the colour of choice because it will match our whale and it'll match our card base as well. So, nice. My laptop's gone to sleep, so I have no idea if you're still with me. I hope you're bearing with me. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. Oh, hello, Margaret. You're going to watch the first bit later. Thank you. Thanks for watching me live and for catching up. A bit later on. Yeah. So we're going for whale done. I really like it. But I do prefer that you're kind of a big deal because I like the way I like the kind of liney letters on it. I have to find another. Or I could have made my own banner, couldn't I? But here we go. We're going with the stitched one. We're going with whale done. Right, let's pop that through my cutting machine. Here we go. So, as you can see, I did it so that it chopped the end off again, which is what I was after. And it means I can pop it there and it looks like this nice little banner is on the side there. So, that's what we want. So, sticky foam pads to the rescue again. Put some of those on. Well done. Oh, Margaret says she's sitting with her feet up, cutting flowers from the favoured flowers and watching me at the same time. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for watching, Margaret. And it sounds so blissful, sitting with your feet up and cutting out. I do it too. I was fussy cutting. You know the Celebration Dainty Flowers DSP? I did that one night. I just sat and cut a load of the flowers out. And I will make them into a scrapbook page. But currently they're just sitting there. But I had so much fun just therapeutically cutting them out. It was lovely. So we're going for one more wobble. One more wobble. And hopefully I'll be done. Right. So I'll do what I did last time. And I'll put this bit next to the actual die. Punch shape. I'm not sure if that's the right way, but I did it and it works. As I say, first time I've used wobbly springy bits. Just to add a bit of added interest, but you don't have to have a wobble on your card. You could just make the card using the DSP. Right, okay. So we want him to wobble. Ooh, don't stick yet. And I want to leave room for his splashes coming out here. So there he is. I stick him down. Look how wobbly he is. He's so cute. Right, a little bit of glue. You've used these on the gnomes, have you, Margaret? That was a brilliant idea. There might be a way of making your own. I have no idea. Those funny gnomes, they're great, aren't they? That needs to come over a bit. I'm so glad the gnomes, we've got new gnomes in the new catalogue and the dies have carried over for them. I'm so glad because they're great fun. Right. Put my hand in there. Gosh, I've got all sticky now. There we are. Got it. Got it, by golly. Right. I'm going to stick it down. I wonder if I should have put a white layer. No, I like that. I think the Pacific Point cardstock makes it really pop. So this is beautiful side. So if you're joining me halfway through, we are showcasing the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper from Celebration, which I am in love with. I love it. So fun. There we go. You can use it for so many things. Right, we need a white piece to go inside, and that will be our card done. So 10, I've got a piece here that I've already cut up, so I'm going to go for that. It's 10. By 14.3 centimeters. There we are. So we will put inside, I think we should grab the whale stamp. Now, I've not stamped him in a while, so let's grab him out and have a look. And I'm going to stamp him. I think I'm going to stamp him down here, and I think I'm going to stamp him, if my words will work, in balmy blue ink. Because I want the sentiment to be in the real popping Pacific Point colour. And I don't, oh, that didn't stick, did it? I don't want them both in exactly the same colour. So I use the balmy blue, which is in the papers. I wonder if my ink pad needs re-inking. I think it does. But this should be fine for now. There's a little bit of something on that. Look, he's got a bit of something because something's picked up from my ink pad, but that's okay. Not to worry, eh? So we've got him. Then we're going to go for that sentiment that I really like. You're kind of a big deal. Grab it out. Here we go. Kind of a big deal. That's better. I like to practice stamping on my grid paper, especially if it's a stamp is either brand new, I'll definitely do it then for a few times, or a stamp I haven't used in ages. I like to know the feel of the stamp. It's if you haven't done that, try it out. You might find it helps you. I don't know, or it might be just me. But I find it definitely helps. Okay, so you're kind of a big deal. I like that. See the lines in that stamp. So well done, you're kind of a big deal. So this is like a congratulations card. Somebody's done something good. Which is fun because they get a Wobble card. Right, stick the inside in. Like so. There we go. There. You could put some of the flat backed adhesive flat pearls, whatever they're called, the flat pearls, the new ones, they would be nice on there. So there's my card. There's my second card for Coffee and Cards. I hope you like it. And here is our first card using the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper and the Stylish Shapes dies. Yeah, we've got the adorable owls and we've got the whale punch and the whale done stamp set that matches it there. I hope you've enjoyed it today. It's been a bit of fun. Thank you for joining me live. Those of you who join me live, thank you very much. If you give me a thumbs up, that really helps me very, very much. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps get the videos shown to people who might be interested in them and therefore helps me. So if you give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. Comments even better. So let me know if you like it. Let me know what you think. Which is your favourite one? Do you like the whale one or do you like the owls? Do let me know. Thank you, Anthony. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Margaret. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, guys. So yeah, if you like any of the products that I've used today, they're available in my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net. And yeah, don't forget to take advantage of Celebration while you're there. And if you're watching me on replay, please say hello from Tomorrowland and tell me where you're from and which one you like the best. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you. I'm not sure if I'll see you on Friday because we're going away, so hopefully I'll manage to get a video in to just give you something to watch if you're up for, if you'd like to, if you're interested in that. And I will see you next Tuesday for copying cards. Look, we're just over the hour. It's time for me to go. Have a fabulous rest of your week, guys, and happy crafting. Take care. Bye-bye.